Oh, before we even talk about this, how about Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon both fired today?
Glad you brought this up. Glad you brought this up.
Keto George just found that out.
Your take, sir.
So did
Don Lemon, a long time coming. I can't believe he lasted this long.
Because why? The ratings weren't there?
Moron. Yeah, no ratings. Tucker Carlson, ratings, biggest thing on Fox by far.
Yeah.
Not even close. I think 10 million viewership. Like his show, just his single, it is. Bring it up, 10 million. His show was bigger than all of the network of CNN. Yes. So, yeah, and I'm not a huge Tucker Carlson, whatever, right? They're both, mainstream media.
So can I get your
take Tucker Carlson, part of the thing is it shows you how big pharma is and how much influence they had, because he was very wary on pushing the vaccines and that stuff, and that's what paid the majority of the bills that go into Fox. So it's coming out that he was kind of anti-big pharma, and then, he got fired.
Well, I have a different take on why Tucker.
You think some other shit's coming out?
Yeah. So here's my take on Tucker. I think what happened was when they went into Discovery with Dominion, and it turns out that what he was saying on air was very different than what he was texting about Trump. I can't stand him. He's a demon. He's Satan. Whatever he was talking about. And that was already an issue where his older viewers of Fox tend to go, hold on, what? And then Maria Bartholomew, or whatever her name is, Bartoloma, and Sean Hannity. It seems that they were begging the Trump campaign for more evidence on
election
audits
fraud.
and election fraud, and
Especially
they couldn't come up with it.
Yeah.
And they kind of knew that, which is why obviously they settled, because they did not want Laura Ingraham, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, and all their stars to be dragged up, because they would have been dragged up before everybody in court, and it would have been very embarrassing because they couldn't have backed it up. So they were like, cut our losses. Now, $786 million, I think, is half of the net profits they make in a year. That's a significant chunk, okay? But here's why I think they fired Tucker Carlson. There's another lawsuit looming, everybody, from another voting machine company, okay? And they're going to go into Discovery, and I believe
there's a
lot more stuff
Yeah.
that Tucker Carlson said that was inconsistent, and they got to let him go. It's like they were like, look,
I
that's
think
a huge
I think you're playing with fire
loss.
too, because if Tucker Carlson, now I'm sure he has the NDA, which I'm sure he wouldn't mind violating if someone would pay the fines for it, but I'm sure he has a lot of information about Big Pharma, what was going on behind the scenes there. And he, with his fan base, massive.
Yeah.
Don Lemon, I don't know what the fuck he's going to do. Tucker Carlson's going to be massive, man.
Yes.
On his own platform. He's going to be massive. He's allowed to talk freely about what was going on behind the scenes and stuff. He will be. He's also the direct connection to Trump. You know that.
Yeah.
Hannity and Trump are close, but Tucker, I bet the NDA, yeah.
And I don't know if he's has the same access to Trump now that Trump saw what he said. So like that's pretty.
I don't know if that
blatant.
bothers Trump.
Maybe not.
Yeah, if you have a big platform, he's like, yeah, cool. People talk shit nonstop.
Maybe,
He talks shit.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
All I know is Fox and CNN are in big trouble. Fox, when you look at the ratings outside Tucker, screwed. CNN's been screwed.
Well, I said this might be the thing that
the
brings
downfall
down the
of
house of Fox. Rupert Murdoch, remember, he had to shut down a profitable, what was it called? The Sun. They were hacking into people's phones in the UK. It was a major scandal, hacking into people's phones. And then somebody killed themselves as a result. And he was brought up and said, this is the most humiliating and humbling moment of my life, he said. But Rupert Murdoch is, say what you will. I mean, this guy's shark. And he had to shut that. He fired people, and then ultimately I think he shut it down.
Yeah.
Fox that's a big payday. But now they've got another lawsuit.
$1 billion a year.
This is another lawsuit.
$1 billion a year off advertising. But with the numbers, those advertisers only keep up for so long. I don't know what they're going to do. CNN either, because they've lost the trust of everyone. Now there's the far left, far right that, far left watch CNN, far right watches Fox for the most part. And then, some America watches it and get their ideas from that. But in general, there's no trust in either of those outlets.
Well, you saw what happened with CNN.
But here's the thing, in both of them. But even though Tucker Carlson has a huge fan base, there's a huge opportunity for someone to come along on network TV, and you're not left, you're not right. You just give us the truth. There's such an opportunity for somebody. I don't know who that is, There's somebody out there.
Here's my
if they
question.
can get the back end of a Murdoch or these billionaires, or Elon Musk, to give us the straight news, like breaking points, they should be on Fox.
My question to you though is, would that get as big an audience without having bias?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so. Because
I'd be watching
most of us aren't far left, far right.
No.
Most of us are in the middle.
I just want the truth.
That's all people want.
I like what-
And if we know for a fact, like there's fact checking, they don't report anything. There's no agenda. They're not backed by big
right with
pharma.
you. I'm right with
There's
you.
such. That's why Breaking Points is massive.
That's
dude.
Sagar and
Massive.
Yeah.
They're massive on a podcast. Massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
Because they call
Yeah,
it
one's
like
on the
it
left,
is.
one's on the right, and they call it how they see it.
I love
There's
it.
no fake news there. But there's an opportunity for someone. Now, if I'm Tucker Carlson, I call up Don Lemon and go, hey, I know we've had our differences. We're going to do a show together, like First Take.
That's interesting.
You do a First Take like Stephen A. and Skip Bayless. But for politics,
That's really
think
interesting.
about that. Think how big that'd be. Now, here's the deal. We can't shout over each other. We can both make a point, and then we move on. We got to move on. And you have a producer, you know
You
each
know what
have
I
your own
think?
producer.
You know what I think? I really believe this. I think Don Lemon is a lot more conservative than people think.
That's one of the reasons he got in trouble. Yeah.
I think Don Lemon.
It started to come out too on air.
I think Don Lemon is so sick.
Because the
of talking
WNBA,
about,
he's like, oh, come on, nobody's watching that. And everyone's like, hey.
"Hey, don't shoot the messenger."
Yeah, he was like, what do you want me to do? Like, it's a market value.
Don Lemon, if you start talking to him about, like, for example, is it racism or is it culture when it comes to the black community? Look at what he said in the back before he became a star.
Yeah.
Don Lemon, you might find, has a lot of conservative talking points that he couldn't get to.
A lot of these people on these
Chris
channels
Cuomo
do.
was saying it. Chris Cuomo was saying, man, there's so many things I have to say.
Chris
that I
Cuomo
don't
has a
believe
show
in.
now, and
Yeah.
he's not that crazy
No.
CNN guy now.
No,
he's a guy.
Chris is a dude.
Yeah.
I know Chris.
And now there's
And I have friends who know him very
and
well.
now there's not, he doesn't have to, push whatever agenda they want to push. So now you hear him talk
He's-
like,
he's
you're
a-
not crazy.
He's a dude.
Yeah, most of these guys are normal people, but
Yeah.
it's no different than they're like, hold up, the Undertaker doesn't believe in the afterlife, and he's not into ghosts
Chris,
and demons.
Chris
You're
got
like,
himself in
no.
a situation, and he was on the fence from taking that job a long time ago. I'm friends with somebody who talked him into it, but
when he took the job, it wasn't like this.
right. But there was so much money involved, and the pressure to toe that specific line is so powerful. But I think a lot of it, he hated it. I think you're going to see Don Lemon come out and be far more moderate. He's going to be the old voice of reason. People don't.
Either way, he won't be far left.
No.
I bet he's just a normal dude.
He's going to call
that
it like
likes
it
wiener.
is. He's going to call it like it is.
Yeah.
So that's
You,
my.
you tell me you want to watch him and Tucker Carlson?
100%.
Major network TV?
Well, no, I'd watch them.
Dude, if I'm Fox,
but
no, not
you're,
Fox.
You're missing it.
If I'm CNN,
I'd watch them on the internet. They should have their own show on YouTube and make all the money.
Oh,
Or on
Elon
Rumble.
Musk or Ben Shapiro or your boy Crowder should offer him some sort of percentage of the
100%,
company and go,
100%.
you two are going to do a show. You get all the money from it. It's going to be on whatever, Patreon.
I agree.
You guys can have all the money. You know how much money those two would make?
They would crush it.
But you got to put the ego to the side. We can't have you guys shouting over each other. Tucker's going to go.
think they would.
You're going to go.
Yeah.
You never know.
They're pros. They've been doing it so long. They're aware of how the listener watches something.
Yeah.
And it'd be ridiculous.
Okay, you guys want to make money?
Can you
can't
imagine if
shout
they were
each
like,
other.
anybody want to work with us? It'd be like the biggest thing.
Now, this is something to note too. Tucker Carlson's head producer, who's the mastermind behind, was the writer and everything.
Great writer.
Walked out too. He quit today too to go with Tucker. So it's not like Tucker's going to go away to Montana and sit in a corner with his kids. No. He's going somewhere.
No, he
brought his head guy.
juggernaut. He's a behemoth.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right
The
now.
fan base isn't loyal to
Blaze
Fox.
TV is going to open up. They're going to back a Brinks truck into the biggest vault they can find for him. Daily Wire's going to do whatever they can. Rumble will do whatever they can.
I'll bet you right now Tucker goes to Rumble.
I wouldn't be
bet?
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Because is Crowder on Rumble?
Crowder's on Rumble. Yeah.
Andrew Tate's on Rumble. Now you have Tucker and his fan base. But here's the
Rumble will take over.
Yeah, but and that's what they need, someone like him. But I think in order to, so it's not such a far right thing, which they don't want. They just happen to have those
freedom of
personalities.
speech.
Yes,
Free speech.
So if you have Don Lemon on there and Tucker,
Great idea.
then you get both the fan bases.
Great idea. I guarantee there are a lot of people opening up. They're just like, hey, come.
I would watch even if I don't agree with them, just for the sheer entertainment value.
Yeah. Apparently, though, there's some rumor and some chatter about CNN did try to tell Don Lemon, and he said he got fired.
Oh, so Don Lemon, yeah, this is interesting. It's funny, CNN's calling fake news now, right? Because they're the notorious for being like, oh, fake news. We don't believe in that.
I think they were the first ones to coin the phrase.
It's funny, right? So or conspiracy, everyone's a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
So Don Lemon goes, after 17 years at CNN, I can't believe they didn't have the audacity to have a producer, to call me or let me know. They did it via text. And CNN was like, that's actually fake news. We tried to call and set up a meeting to tell you in person. You decided to go to Twitter. CNN's like, we're back, bitch.
Can we see that? Can I see that?
Yeah, I'm not making it up.
This was Don.
I was informed this morning by my agent I've been terminated by CNN. I'm stunned. After 17 years at CNN, I would have thought someone in the management would have the decency to tell me directly. At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work I've loved at the network. It's clear there are some larger issues at play. That said, thanks to everybody. And then CNN came out and was like, not so much, dude. We actually reached out to you.
CNN and Don Lemon have parted ways. Don
Lemon's statement about this morning's event.
He will forever be a part of the CNN family.
Hold on. It says Don Lemon's statement about this morning's events is inaccurate. He was offered an opportunity to meet with management, but instead released a statement on Twitter. Boom.